Hi my dear children, this is Prasanna, your maths tutor. Well students, in the previous video we have solved the exercise 7.4 based on like fractions, unlike fractions and their comparison. So in this today's video we are going to learn how to add the like fractions, that is nothing but addition of like fractions. So let me remind you, like fractions are the fractions having the same denominators. Well, let us try to understand how exactly the addition of like fraction can be done. Usually, the addition of like fractions can be done in the three steps. So the first step is that you have to add the numerators, because denominators will be equal, means they will be same, and after adding the numerators you have to retain the common denominator and you have to finally write your fraction. So not getting how to carry out these steps, don't worry, I am here to help you. So let us try to understand the addition of like fractions with the help of these pictures. So when you look at the first picture, then how you represent this picture? It is very simple. So it is out of 4 equal parts. So one part is shaded, and how to represent this picture? It is also out of 4 equal parts, then we have shaded only one part. So see here, with the pictures we can easily understand that. So this is 1/4 part and this is also 1/4 part. So when you put this 1/4 part and this 1/4 part together, then we will get the half of the whole thing. We can easily understand this with the help of picture. But how to represent with the numbers? Don't worry, it is also very simple. See here, after adding 1/4 and this 1/4 together, we got the half. Just observe the portion which is shaded in the answer. So this is what the result of addition of these two, or this is the result of combination of these two small parts. So just observe the result. So in the result we see that out of 4 equal parts, right, out of 4 equal parts, how many parts are shaded? 2 parts are shaded, and 2/4 is not in its simplest form, right? So bring this 2/4 to its simplest form. Then see here, 2 ones are, then 2 twos are, because 2 and 4 are coming in the second table. That's why divide 2 and 4 by the 2. So when you simplify 2/4, you will get the next fraction, that is 1/2, and that is what your result. This 1/2 is representing your result. So in which, where you have got 2 parts shaded out of 4 equal parts. So that is why 1/4 and 1/4, when you add 2 1/4s, then your result will always be half of the whole thing. So let us try to understand what exactly the addition of like fractions with some more examples. So your first example is that 1/8 and 2/8, right? So first of all, these are like fractions because they are having the same denominator. Then in such a case we have to go for these 3 steps. So this is what I explained with the help of pictures. But whenever you are facing, or whenever you are having this kind of problems, then you have to follow these 3 steps. Then definitely your answer will be readily available. So here, add the numerators, first step, and retain the common denominator. So common denominator means this is what these are the 2 same denominators. So you have to keep only one denominator instead of 2, and this is the first second step. And third step is that write your fraction. So let's begin with the first step. So add the numerators. So where are the numerators? These are the numerators. So just add them. 2 plus 1, how much? Or else you can write one more step like this, 2 plus 1. And next thing is that after adding the numerators, your next step is that retain common denominator. So these are the 2 denominators. So instead of 2, just write 1, because when you write only one denominator, then this is treated as common denominator, because 8 is present in both the fractions. That is why this is the common denominator for both the fractions. That's why instead of 2 denominators, write only one denominator. And the last step is that write the fraction. So before writing the fraction, you have to simplify as much as possible. So when you add 2 and 1, your result will be what? Your result will be 3, and 8 you write as it is. Then this is your answer. So when you add 1/8 and 2/8, your result will be what? 3/8. let's go for this. Very simple. First step is that add the numerators. So add quickly. It is 16 plus 23 and retain the common denominator. So retaining is what? Keeping the same denominator only once. So instead of 2, just write only once, right? So next step is that add these two. So 16 plus 23, how much? It is 39, correct or not? Yes, it is 39. And write your denominator only once, then you are done, right? Very simple it is. Just at the beginning you feel it, I know you can find it very difficult, but as you solve these so many problems, definitely adding the like fractions will be much more easier. So let's go for the third problem. So it is 46 divided by 25 plus 54 divided by 25. First of all, these are like fractions because they are having the same denominator. And the first step is that add the numerators. So straight away add the numerators, that is 46 plus 54 and retain one common denominator instead of 2. So just write only once, that is 25, and add the numerators again, that is 46 plus 54 will be 100 and 100 divided by 25. And in the result you may see that, you can see that this 100 divided by 25 can be simplified further. Why? Because both 100 and 25 are coming in the same table, but in these two examples this itself is the simplest form and this itself is the simplest form, but 100 divided by 25 is not in its simplest form. So that's why bring that fraction to its simplest form. So in which table both these numbers can be divided? By 25th table, 25 ones are, 25 fours are, so that this itself is the simplest form, 4 by 1, or else you can stop here itself. 100 divided by 25 is enough, but if you want to simplify that, you can simplify like 4 by 1. So this is how we can add the like fractions. Well students, now let us see the subtraction of like fractions. So till now we have seen the addition of like fractions. So now we are going to learn subtraction of like fractions. So subtraction of like fractions can also be done in 3 steps. So the first step is that subtract the numerators, means subtract one numerator from the other numerator, and the second step is that keep the the common denominator or else retain the common denominator, and the third step is that write your fraction. So it is also very similar to the addition but little bit different here. So first let us try to understand the subtraction of like fractions with the help of these pictures. So when you look at the first picture, so here we can easily see that how to represent this picture. Out of 4 equal parts, we have shaded 3 parts, and when you look at this picture, here we have made 4 equal parts, then out of 4 equal parts we have shaded only 1. So it is, which means that if you subtract a small portion, actually subtraction mean what? Subtracting a small portion from the big portion. So when you take this small portion, that is 1/4 from 3/4, see here subtraction is nothing in it also means that it is taking something away. So when you take 1/4 portion from 3/4, then what will remain? So just hide this 1/4 portion. Taking away means removing something from a bigger portion, so that when you take 1/4 portion from this bigger portion, then what will remain? Only half will remain, correct or not? Yes, this is pictorial representation. But how to represent this? With the help of fractions. First of all, this picture is representing 3 by 4 and this picture is representing 1 by 4. So when you take 1/4 from 3/4, your result will be, see here, your result will be out of 4 equal parts, you have got 2 parts shaded. So your result will be 2 by 4. But when you simplify this fraction like this, and your final answer will be half. So which mean 3/4 minus 1/4 will be half, correct? So this is pictorial representation. Let us try to understand the subtraction of like fractions with the help of some more examples. So first of all, your first number is that 6 by 7 minus 4 by 7. So this is what the first example that you got. So as I said, follow the 3 steps. First step is that subtract the numerator. So we usually subtract a smaller number from the bigger number. So that here this is the smaller number and this is the bigger number. So that your next step will be 6 minus 4, means we have subtracted numerators here and retain or keep the common denominator. So instead of 2 denominator, write only 1. Now we have written the common denominator. So 6 minus 4 will be 2 and write this 7 as it is. So just follow the 3 steps for second problem as well. So just subtract the numerators from one to another. So 33 minus 20 divided by, write common denominator only once. So it is 26 and 33 minus 20 will be 13 and 26 as it is. And you have got the opportunity to make this simple. So that is what 13 and 26 are coming in the same table. So that is why just simplify them. 13 ones are 13 twos are, so that your final answer will be 1 by 2. When you look at the third example, it is 100 divided by 45 minus 40 divided by 45. So that subtract the numerators first. So 100 minus 40, so this is your next step. 100 minus 40 divided by, instead of 2 denominators, write only 1. So equals 100 minus 40 will be what? It is 60 and 45 as it is. And still you can see that both 60 and 45 are coming in the 15th table. So that's why I divide them together. So 15 4s are 60 and 15 3s are 45. So 4 by 3 is the final answer. So in this way we can subtract the like fractions. Well students, so let us solve the exercise 7.5. So your first question is that write these fractions appropriately as additions or subtractions. See here. So here they have given some pictures. We need to find out first which operations they are performing or which operation is performed here by looking at these pictures. So when you look at the first one, so you will see that in the first fraction, in the first picture, so we have got 5 equal parts and one part is shaded, and in the second picture we have seen that out of 5 equal parts 2 parts are shaded, but in the result we got the same equal parts, but out of those equal parts we have got 3 parts, which means that these 2 parts and these 2 parts are added here. So that is why it is representing addition, and we need to represent these pictures with the help of fractions. So 5 equal parts, and out of 5 equal parts 1 part is shaded, and it is addition as I said. And out of 5 equal parts, so it is 5, then 2 parts are shaded. So 1 by 5 plus 2 by 5 both are like fractions. So when you add like fractions, so usually we add the numerators. So write the numerator, that is addition of 1 and 2. So addition of 1 and 2 will be 3, and write the common denominator as 5, and this result is what? 3 by 5. See here, 5 equal parts and 3 parts are shaded. So this is the first question. Let's go for the second. So here we can see that out of 5 equal parts we have shaded all the 5 parts, and we don't know which operation is performed. Let's see, right? And here we can observe that here also we can see that 5 equal parts, then out of 5 equal parts 3 parts are shaded, but when you look at the result, so when you look at the result, here we got 5 equal parts, then out of 5 equal parts 2 parts are there, which means previously there were 5 equal parts shaded and 3 parts are shaded here in the second picture, but in the result only 2 parts remained, which mean we have taken 3 equal parts away from this whole, right? So this is the whole thing, and from this whole thing we have taken 3 equal parts away. So when you take 3 equal parts away, only 2 parts will be remained, right? So this is what the result, and 5 by 5. This is the fraction which is represented by this picture, and this picture is represented by this fraction, that is 3 by 5, and result is 2 by 5. So which means which operation is performed here? Absolutely, it is subtraction is performed here. So that 5 by 5 minus 3 by 5 will be 2 by 5. Let's go for the third example, third question. That is, in the first picture we got 6 equal balls or 6 equal things. So out of 6, 2 parts are shaded, and here it is 3 parts are shaded, then out of how many? 6 again, then here again 6 equal parts, then out of 6 how many parts are shaded? 1 2 3 4 5. So see here, previously there were 2 and 3 parts, so in the result we may see that 5, so which means that it is addition of this 3 and 2, so that it is absolutely addition. So addition operation is performed here. So 2 by 6, 3 by 6, and finally your result will be 5 by 6. Let's go for the second main, that is solve. So first of all, this is addition of like fractions. Yes, follow the 3 steps. Add the numerator straight away. 2 divided by 18, and you can leave 2 by 18 as here itself, no need to simplify, or so if you want to simplify you can simplify, but 2 by 18 is enough, no need to worry. So add the numerators straight away because these are like fractions. 8 plus 3 will be 11 and write only one denominator. Finish. Let's go for this. It is subtraction of like fractions. So subtract smaller number from the bigger number. So 7 minus 5 will be 2 and 2 divided by, write only one denominator as the common denominator. So 2 by 7 is the answer of this. Come to this, it is addition of like fractions. So just 21 plus 1 will be 22 and 22 divided by 22 because this is the common denominator and this is the sum of 21 and 1. So 22. So you can write as 1 or else you can leave as it is. Come to this question. So it is subtraction of like fractions. So subtract smaller number from the bigger number. So 12 minus 7 will be 5 and 15 as the common denominator. Come to this, it is addition of like fractions. So add the numerators 8 divided by 8 and this is 1 minus 2 by 3. So 1, as I said, 1 can be written as 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 in the sense 1, because a number is divided by the same number itself, then your result will always be equal to 1. So that in place of 1 you can write a 3 by 3 or else in place of 3 by 3 you can write 1. So right now they have given only 1 here. So in place of 1 you can write 3 by 3 so that you can easily subtract. So in place of 1 I have written 3 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Now it is subtraction of like fractions. So subtract smaller numerator from the bigger numerator. So 3 minus 2 will be 1 and write only one denominator as the common denominator. So 1 by 3 is the answer of this. Come to this. So it is addition of like fractions. So 0 divided by anything will be 0. We learned this already. So that 1 by 4 plus 0 divided by anything is 0. So when you add 0 to any number, then you will get the same number back, that is 1 by 4. Yes, come to this one. So as I said, it is 3 minus 12 by 5. So we cannot solve this. It is very similar to this. And we know that your denominator is 5, right? So 12 divided by 5. So we know that 5 by 5 can be written as 1, correct? And 10 divided by 5 can be written as 2. Then to get to 3, what fraction we have to write here? Absolutely, that is 15 divided by 5. So 15 divided by 5 will give you the answer as 3. So that in place of 3 you can write 15 divided by 5. So write 15 divided by 5 in place of 3 minus as it is and 12 divided by 5 as it is. So 15 minus 12 will be 3 and 5 as it is. So 3 by 5 is the answer of this. So in this way we can solve these examples. Well students, so let's go for the next question, that is third one. Shubham painted 2/3 of the wall space in his room and later on his sister Madhavi helped him and she also painted 1/3 of the wall space of the same room, and we need to find out how much did they paint together. So imagine that this is the wall of Shubham's room and here they have made. So here by looking at these two fractions we can easily get to know that wall has been divided into 3 equal parts. So this is the wall of the room of the Shubham, and that wall has been divided into 3 equal parts like this, and Shubham has painted out of 3 equal parts of the wall, 2 parts he had painted. So this is the portion which is painted by whom? Shubham. Yes, and this is the remaining portion of the wall which is painted by his sister Madhavi. So now we need to find out how much did they paint it together. So first we need to write the first sentence as portion of the wall space which is painted by Shubham, that is 2/3, and portion of the wall space which is painted by his sister Madhavi, that is 1/3, and together. So together always represents addition of something, right? So add this fraction and this fraction. First of all, these are like fractions, so add them. So that is what portion of the wall space which is painted together or painted by both Shubham and Madhavi. So 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. First of all, these are like fractions. So like fraction means we add only numerators. So 2 plus 1 will be 3, and instead of 2 denominators we write only 1. So 3 by 3 is nothing but what? 1. So 1 represents what? Whole. So So means they have painted the whole wall space of their room. Let's go for the fourth main, fill in the blanks. So these are the blanks, we need to fill those blanks with appropriate answer. So when you look at the first question, that is 7 by 10 minus blank equals 3 by 10. So in a such case, so treat this blank as unknown thing, because you don't know that, you don't know value of this blank. So that is why write this first fraction as it is 7 by 10 and write minus sign as it is, and just to transpose this blank from left hand side to the right hand side, because it is unknown to us, but this 3 by 2 is known to us. That's why bring this 3 by 10 in place of blank and take this blank in place of 3 by 10. So it is just like exchanging. So just exchange their places. So blank will goes here and 3 by 10 will come here. So 3 by 10 equals blank, correct? And these are like fractions, just to subtract them. So 7 minus 3 will be 4, and 10 instead of 2 tens write only 10, so that blank has to be filled by 4 by 10. See here, in place of this box you just write 4 by 10 and check your answer. Definitely your answer will be equal to 3 by 10. So 7 by 10 minus 4 by 10 will be 3 by 10. You solve it later on. Let's go for B. So blank minus 3 divided by 21 equals 5 divided by 21. So in such case, here also do the same. Just to treat this blank as unknown and keep this in the left hand side itself, but this time you have to transpose this. So take this 3 by 21 here. Just let's see what happens. So keep the blank in the same left hand side and take this 3 by 21. This is not 3 by 21 only, it is minus 3 by 21. So minus 3 by 21, after it transposed from left hand side to right hand side, the minus will turn to positive, that negative will turn to positive, so that when the minus 3 by 21 comes here on the right hand side, it will be positive. So that first you have to write empty box and later on equal sign. 5 by 21 is already here, 5 by 21, and as I said, this negative number will become positive, this negative fraction will become positive. So it is 3 divided by 21. So first of all, these are like fractions, just add them. So equal sign, empty box as it is, then 5 plus 3 will be 8 and 8 divided by 21. So 8 divided by 21 is replaced by, this empty box can be replaced by 8 divided by 21, or else in the blank you have to write 8 divided by 21. So when you write 8 divided by 21 here and subtract, definitely your answer would be 5 divided by 21. Let's go for the next question, that is this. Here also do the same. Keep this empty box here itself and just transpose this 3 divided by 6. Not only 3 by 6, it is negative 3 by 6. So just to transpose to right hand side. So it is already 3 by 6 here. Just to write it as it is, and as I said, when it comes from left hand side to right hand side, it will be positive. So that it is 3 by 6 plus 3 by 6. So these are like fractions. So just add them. 3 plus 3 will be 6, and instead of 2, just write 1. So that in place of box, in place of empty box, you have to fill 6 by 6. So write 6 by 6 here and do the subtraction. Definitely your answer would be 3 by 6. Come to D question. So here also do the same. Just write the box here itself and transpose this plus 5 divided by 27 to the right hand side. So what happens? 12 by 27, just to transpose like this, right? Take this 5 by 27 to that side. So 12 divided by 27 as it is, because it is already present in right hand side, and 5 divided by 27, when it comes from left hand side to the right hand side, it will be negative. So it is 5 divided by 27. Now subtract, it is a subtraction of like fractions. So again we write empty box in the same side, that is left hand side. On the right hand side we are doing the subtraction of like fractions. So 12 minus 5 will be 7 and 27 as it is. So in place of empty box you have to write the fraction, that is 7 divided by 27. So in this way we can solve these problems. Well students, let's solve the fifth one, that is Javed was given 5/7 of a basket which is full of oranges and what fraction of oranges was left in the basket after taking 5/7 of a basket from a full basket. See here, this problem can be understood with this picture. So first of all, this is a basket and this is full of oranges. We don't know that how many oranges are there. So this is the basket full of oranges, but Javed, the name of a boy, so Javed was given, so this amount of oranges bag is given to Javed. Then after this amount of orange bag is given to Javed, then what amount of orange bag or what amount of basket which is containing the oranges is left, that we need to find out here. So as I said, this is the full basket of oranges. Full means it is always 1. So we write it as 1 and it is given. So giving away means always subtraction. So subtraction, and what amount of or what portion of the basket of oranges is given to Javed? That is 5/7. Then what amount of oranges or what fraction of the oranges left in the basket, that we need to find out here. And as I said, in place of 1, what can you write? Just observe the denominator. So when you look at the denominator, you will get the idea that what can you write in place of 1. So in place of 1, you can write 7/7, because 7/7 is as same as 1. So write subtraction sign as it is. This is 5/7. Now this is subtraction of like fractions. So 7 minus 5 will be 2 and it is 7 as it is. So 2/7. So this is the fraction of oranges which is left in this basket, and that basket is having the what fraction of the oranges? That is 2/7. So this is how we can solve the problem.